Eğer
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Today's a good day. Today is a good day. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Today is a good day because our freaking because our freaking locomotion system finally works. Oh my god, I cannot believe it, bro. Finally works. It's insane. Cannot believe it. See, the layout fucked up a bit, huh? But it's fine. Victory, 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 victory. I mean, it's been real pain. I mean, I have to say that I was, convinced that at the end we would win, but I knew it would be a pain, right? I knew it would be a pain, and he was. So yeah. Really, 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 really happy. They finally. I will show you, and it works. I tried also with the crane. I tried also with the crane because I wanted to be like 100% sure, that it was working. And yeah, I wanted to be 100% sure. And yep, I think we are the only one, you know, I think we are the only one in the world that actually did something like this with ALS 4.5, 5.4, I mean. I think we are the only ones. I think no one else did it. I think no one else did it. What the fuck? Huh? Wait a second. Did something change or what? It was working 100%. 100%. So the problem was that in the mantle animations, right? Ah, yes, because I didn't save this. Yeah, because I didn't save this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this is before the fix, right? This is before the fix. The why I didn't save it? I didn't save it because I wanted to have this done for the real one, right? Because at the moment this one is. So the problem was that the mantle has a separate component now. Before it was integrated. Now it's a separate component, right? And here you have the different pieces. Why? Wait a second. It's working a bit strange though, because it's seeing, you see that if I click on mantle component, it's showing the detail, and here is showing the mantle 2 meter default, which is actually not the right one, because the mantle 2 meter montage default should be this one, right? Are there more places where that is? Are there more places? What the fuck is doing it again? No! What do you mean? What? Wait a second. Wait a second. He's doing it again. Sell it on the marketplace? No, we cannot sell this because it's not. Wait a second though, there is something strange. There is something strange going on. Huh? It seems that the mantle component was not saved properly, or no, but it's pointing to the right. No, it's pointing to the right animations. I don't know why I'm clicking here. I see these details, right? You see? There is another bug, boys. There is another bug. Can you believe it? There is another bug. But anyway, because here you see the mantle, which is pointing to the anime man, the blue guy, right? You should not point to the blue guy. You should point to the sorry, just a second, because in parallel I'm trying to do okay, it's fine. You see the animation montages here are still pointing to the blue man, right? Which is not correct. So yeah, and this is why, I mean, I can substitute them again, right? But we have to be sure that this is a permanent setting because we want them to be correct, right? Mantle 1M montage default. Mantle 1M montage LH mantle 1M montage 2H. It's a bit weird, huh? I mean, I can save it again, but I think I saved it. Probably I tested... no, but I'm sure I tested it with the CRAN. I'm 100% sure. That is very strange. So that glitch, I think, is reasonable. Sometimes it happens also. I mean, that glitch that the feet goes forward happens anyway. But you see that now is perfect, right? Now is perfect. Now, sometimes, very, very rarely, but sometimes the right feet goes a bit more forward, right? But it's very small thing, and that is, I think, was happening already. So that is not a big deal. Why cannot? Because it's too small. Because it's too small. You see that now. You see that now is perfect. When it goes up, it's perfectly still, right? Yeah, there is a small glitch, but it's so small that you can barely see it. So I would say we can live with that, right? But this thing is a bit organic, right? It's not always acting in the same way, right? So I don't know exactly why, but it is a bit organic, actually. Like now... Yeah, like now it doesn't do... Okay, anyway. Let's say we are not shooting for perfection. I think it's very, very good. It doesn't glitch anymore. It doesn't twitch anymore. The leg doesn't move. It works perfectly, you know, when moving. The only thing that I wanted to understand a bit better is this idea of walking on the side, right? You cannot go down, right? Like now I cannot go down. I think it's related to the fact that the capsule I think if we do show collision, right, the capsule should be visible. Show collision. That is our capsule, right? That thing that you see is our capsule. What is a bit weird is that when I go like this, you see that the capsule is still like touching the corner. So it basically doesn't let you fall down, right? Which I don't know if it's a new feature or what. But anyway, guys, I think it is perfect. Okay, it is perfect. It is fantastic. Everything works now. I don't remember if I did all the binoculars and all the stuff for this test, because I basically redid it completely another time, right? The 5th time or the 10th time, I don't know how much. You won again? Bro, but this gamble is broken, it's only winning. I mean, I think it doesn't work. I think this gamble is broken. I mean, you can only win. Is it broken or what? I cannot do it because there is a timeout. There is like a timeout. But anyway, I don't know, I won as well. So I think I don't know. Just a second, I am coming back. 1 second. 1 second. But anyway, now is 100%. I mean, it may not be super perfect, but, right? Okay, so, so what we do now? The idea is what is the plan now, right? So what's next? I think one thing I want to do, I want to be sure that we have documented everything, right? That this page is correct. So if we have to redo it, well, actually we have to redo it because we will have to redo it with the we will have to redo it with the real plane shift skeleton, right? Because now I tested it with an example skeleton. So we will have to use this, right? This is our This is our default skeleton. And I already retargeted on this, right? I already retargeted. The good news is that actually, I mean, we can do a test, right? We can do a test on this, but I don't think it's really needed. I don't think it's really needed. I mean, we can do it, but I don't think it's really needed. I think that is more important now to think to all the pieces that okay. Let me think to a plan now, because we don't have a plan, and not having a plan is a bad thing, right? We need to have a plan. So all this old stuff, I think, is not needed anymore. Well, these steps in theory are needed. This is a good list. This is a good list. I think we have to do this pretty much, right? I think this is what we have to do. Let me edit this because I want to add something. So the two bone IK are they are called the same, right? They're called two bone IK, but the difference is that one is end L and R, and this one is oh, now you lost. Okay, I don't know. Then you were very lucky. Then you were very lucky. I mean, you won like 10 times in a row. I mean, I know it's a 50-50, right? It's a 50 chance, but still. Okay. I think I want to mention that. Okay. So this is kind of a long step, right? But this is what is required. No, plus, wait. So I want to say that the mantle component, right, which is the last error that we got, right? The mantle component is holding the mantle animations, right? And those are in ALS directly, right? In the ALS plugin directory. So to have to have our character work properly, right? We have to switch. We have to switch those animations as well, right? With our retargeted ones, right? So that's the problem, right? That's the problem. That's the problem. And so this is actually in the default properties, right? It is in the default properties of this is default property of mantle component default graph, right? Whatever. So they are here under mantle. So click on the mantle component and change the animations, right? Okay. I'm thinking if there is anything else we need to do, but yeah, we will have to. So let's save it this way. Let's save it this way, right? And now let's create a plan because I need a plan. Without a plan, I cannot work, right? So this is not needed anymore because we actually have it in the and this is solved. GG. This is solved. GG. So actually the sequence is not this one, right? The sequence is import in the ALS project the DPS skeleton, right? And we do this because we want to use the skeleton to okay. So let's say the next one is follow the instructions in the wiki, right? To retarget all the animations, right? And we have to do it on the PS skeleton. So basically this whole list of stuff, you know, we will do it on the PS skeleton. Then after we have done that, I think we can also import the animation blueprint. I don't know if we did already, but I think it would be a good idea, right? So if we have also the animation blueprint from the other project, the only problem is that I fear that if I import the animation blueprint, it's going to load everything. Okay, 1 second, guy. I have to do something quick, okay? Stay with me. Stay with me. Because the most important thing will be to then retarget the swim, right? So to have also all the other animations. I don't think we should retarget them because the skeleton is the same, right? So the idea is that we can probably just yeah, I think so, by the way. For just a second, because I am checking something here that I have to do. Okay. Yeah, let me launch the other project and let's try to import the so if I launch the other project and our normal project, right? And I try to import let's do this. Relator detecting a shutdown cleanly. Base skeleton is this is fine. We can skip the restore. We have to remember to just do a full check-in, right, before starting to merge, right? I will have to think. I'm getting blood test done. I think when I say my heart burns, it's not having solid few days while sleeping during my sleep. You're getting diabetes 2 type soon. It's not very nice. That is not very nice, my friend. But yeah, keep care of yourself, okay? Take care. I mean, take care. I guess you say in English. Take care of yourself, please. It's important, right? Life is a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? So you have to always be, you know, in the best shape to actually run the marathon and do whatever you want to do, right? So it's a long story. I mean, at the end it goes quick, I would say, but because it seems that it's going quick, but yeah, but I think it's important that you do well, right? You treat yourself well so you can complete the marathon and do all you want along the road, right? So that's important. Okay. Sorry, here I'm multitasking a bit, but it's fine. So let's take our ALS. So this is our good blueprint, right? I think what I want to do, I want to export it and try to migrate it actually, and see if we can migrate pretty much only this blueprint, right? I don't know if we can. But I will try. I mean, we don't want materials, we don't want... Wait, only this one. Let's see if we can migrate only this. And we'll probably migrate with broken links, right? But I would say it's fine. I would say it's fine. Let's see what it's doing. I mean, he may migrate it, but he may have errors, right? Which is a bit what I'm thinking at the moment, but fine. Let's launch the other project and see if we now can if now we can see it. Meow. So now we can check, right? We can check. Okay. Yeah, it actually opens up. Now, it will have a bunch of errors, I'm pretty sure. Right, so we'll have a million errors. Yeah, as you can see at the bottom, it's saying that basically it is fucked, right? And that's fine. I mean, it's as expected. So it's giving a lot of compile error and probably cannot even run. But we will use this as a reference because we need to understand how to migrate the other pieces, and we have to list all the pieces. For example, one of the pieces is our now the only question is, can we do it in this project or should we do it in the original project? Good question. Actually, good question. For example, we have the swimming, and we have the idle, right? Maybe the idle is the first one that we can tackle. And then we have few things for the mounts for sure, right? We have few things for the mounts, I'm pretty sure. Okay, just 1 second, guys. This multitasking is killing me, but I'm trying to do my best. So if we search plane shift in here, I added, yeah, exactly. I added a and we should do it this way for everything, by the way. We should really do it this way for everything. So we should list all the changes in a special way like this. So which at the end, I think is pretty much this list, right? If we take this list on the right, I think it's pretty much what we have to do, right? I think so. Maybe let me put them one next to each other so that I see them at the same time, and we try to see if it's well, the here it is not really explaining anything, right? It is not really explaining much. So we need to list them, right? We need to list these changes. And we don't have a million, right? We don't have a million, but I think we have enough. The first one is this, and this one is inside the default state, is inside overlay state. So maybe we can take a screenshot of this, right? Which is probably the easiest. So that we list it as so it is the first change. And this is the idle animation. The random idle animations, right? That is one thing. the only thing I'm reasoning on is that I cannot do it here because we are missing all the random stuff. So I think we have to import it, as a, exactly. We have to import it in our main project from here first, and then, so basically we cannot do this, right? So we can, so follow the wiki to retarget all the animations, okay. Then when we have that, I think we can re-import it back into our project, right? And I think that is kind of key because without doing that, so let's say, wait. I think before this, we need to re-import. I don't know if I want to re-import only the BP or I want to re-import everything, but the idea would be at least to re-import the BP. That is a bit tricky. I have to. I mean, I think we will have to do some trial and error here. I think we need some trial and error because let's say import back into PS Unreal. Import back into PS Unreal. What? The at least the AnimBP. Well, I think at this point, import back into PS Unreal the AnimBP and the AnimBP, the animations, the retarget animations, and the default plugin, right? So all the plugin. So the whole plugin basically has to be added back. Yeah. We can do that, but I think at that point we will have to recompile, right? Yeah, most likely. Most likely we will have to recompile. So probably I already have to freeze the code here, right? I think I have to copy the ALS CPP plugin and compile it right before. The only problem is that if I do it, I think our blueprint will break, right? So we have to do a test. We have to do a test. We have to do a test and see what happens. We have to do a test. So I'm thinking if I should do it now, but I think yes, probably now is the right time because it is true. We can analyze all the changes like this one. I can analyze. I can analyze these changes. I think we have the change on the cycles, right? That's a good point. because this graph change between, I think we will have to re-implement them probably. Probably we will have to re-implement them from scratch. That would be the easiest way. Probably. Probably, my friends. Good evening, Shlo. How are you? I don't know if it's in the locomotion state, but definitely it is. Where the hell do I can just search swimming and we will find it, right? Yeah, exactly. Because I think we added few things. We added swimming. We added sitting on chair, sitting on ground, and riding. You see those, right? So let me maybe take another screenshot here. We can take it clean like this would be the best. So these are the movement states. Now let me do it differently because I think it's more clear if I have this after, right? If I say random animation and then I say is this thing, right? Yeah. It's probably better. And here we have swimming, sit on chair, swimming, sit on chair, sit on ground, and riding, right? Yeah. Swimming, sit on chair, sit on ground, and riding. These are the main points. So Shlu, the good news is that we fixed the freaking crazy problems that we had yesterday, right? So that's great. Sit on chair, sit on ground, and wait a second, because I'm multitasking something else tonight, unfortunately. I'm multitasking and there is some stuff I have to do. It will finish in 15 minutes probably. But I'm kind of annoyingly multitasking something else, so just bear with me a second. Just bear with me a second. Okay, it should be good. Should be good. Okay. Swimming, sitting on chairs, sitting on ground, and riding, right? So we have to re-implement this. Now, the question is there more than this? I don't know. Is there more than that? I don't know. I don't know. I can check. Swimming, grounded, in air, jump, fall, land movement. I don't have any other plane shift tag. I should add a plane shift tag here as well, right? We didn't do it, but in general, it would be good to do this, right? And to have a plane shift addition, right? So that when we search it like 2 years from now, you know, we know what we changed. Unfortunately, I didn't do it. I mean, I did it here, but I didn't do it here. I didn't do it in other places. So I'm just thinking if... What I remember is that one thing that I changed was the shoulder, because they were a bit too much arched, and I really didn't like it, right? I really didn't like it. I think this I didn't change. I didn't change anything here. I think. What the fuck? Wait a second, something is broken here. Something is broken. Kind of feel bad? What do you mean you feel bad? Is it something on your, I mean, your health, or feeling bad meaning as a feeling, right? Like checking in on your work, but I haven't tested crafting out yet. So you didn't craft. What do you mean? You didn't use the new crafting yet? It has been released a long time ago. Long time ago. Why you didn't test it? That's very good. The new crafting is very nice. It's very nice and dandy. You should do it. Definitely. Sorry, I'm multitasking again here. I hope this thing finishes soon. Seems to be a bit longer than expected, but fine. I don't think we changed anything else. I think these are the main changes. Now, we did a lot of changes in the code, right? That's for sure. So I think we have to check in. I think we have to freeze now, right? The which will be the best way. Just to freeze it. Just to freeze it and see what the plugin does on top of the existing ALS. I think would be a good one. I mean, we have a number of changes. We can analyze them and see what is that we have to commit, right? And the majority of this is the new enhanced keyboard, right? That is actually working. So it's partially working, right? But I think it's good enough as it is. So can we just check this in fully or not? This is an important change, okay? because we added a new trace channel for fishing. Then we basically transformed window shortcuts and minigame shortcuts. Is actually the dice minigame and fishing minigame. Shortcuts to window shortcut, dice minigame, fishing minigame shortcuts to new enhanced input, right? This is what we did, which is basically this part. Oops. What happened? I don't know. This part, right? Then we did some changes to player controller and we also fixed the fishing animation to be mirrored, right? Then we added well, this we deleted because it was not we added the bobber, we added this. Did I make changes to these maps? Ah, yes, because we tested the water, right, on BD Road. Now this we can also avoid checking in. I think they are not very needed. We will not touch them anyway. Was happy to be able to craft quality 200 access. Took years to get to that. Wow, years. Holy. Yeah, here we basically added the new fishing, right? And here there are all the fishing events and all of that, right? Then we fish the crash in potential crash. This is not really a crash, but we fixed the potential crash in PS character event. I removed some functions that were not used. We added the extra info for the fishing minigame. So here we added all the functions dedicated to fishing. These are other changes for fishing. Yeah, this is basically all the fishing implementation. This is all the fishing implementation, so I think we can yeah. Yeah. Okay, these are all change. We can check everything in. I think it's a good thing. I mean, we can just check it in and that's it. Yeah, we also improved this function, which is very nice. We did some improvements. I don't know how visible they will be to the players, but in the last few weeks we did some nice background upgrades, right? I would just say first version of fishing minigame, right? And that's it. We will check this in fully. Okay, good. Okay, now basically we have a clean version, right, of the thing. We have a clean version, and yes, my multitasking is finally finished, so I can fully focus. I was like 50% or so, 70%, well, 60%. Dotted Fish is gambling as well, eh? I see. And winning. Easy. Okay, I think it's the time to do the test, right? So that basically what I want to do. I don't know exactly how to do it, but basically the point would be that we needed to. I mean, all of this is checked in, right? All this is checked in Subversion, including the plugin directory, right, which contains ALS, right? So in theory, what I could do, right, is to delete everything here. And then just put on top of it the new plugin. And basically what that will do is that I will be able to do a full compare of the two plugins, including my changes. Now, it's not very easy to compare because the plugin changed a lot, right? But I think I know enough, to see what breaks. And anyway, this is all saved, right? So we can delete it if we want. So let's just delete it. Let's just delete it. Let's just delete it. And let's install the plugin that we got here. I think we can probably... the name changed. Interesting. The name changed. Yeah, but I don't think that is really a problem. Do you think it's a problem? I don't think so. I think as long as we put everything here in the same directory, because it's still content advanced locomotion v4, right? Yes. So in reality, I mean, the structure may be slightly different, but the only problem is if we did some change. For example, I remember we did some changes to the footsteps, right? Because the footsteps, I think we changed the sound and maybe the frequency or something of the steps. But I don't think that we can. So if I delete that, I will not see it anymore, right? And I cannot compare the BP. Well, in theory I can, but we can compare the BP, not the animations. Let me undo this 1 second. Let me undo this 1 second. Luckily super quick, right? So because I want to see in this directory if there are any files that have been modified by me. Now I think it's kind of tough to know because yeah, also because now the files got a new creation date. Fuck. No, but I think that we can see it from the changelog, right? I think the changelog is telling us pretty much everything. This was already. No. Nope, I don't have that. So we need to know. Yeah, it's not very easy to know the changes because actually we did some changes directly inside. Just do it! Directly inside the plugin. Just do it! Yes, because now it's complaining about that. I know. I should have done it before, but it's fine. Now, I hope that this change that I'm doing now is a kind of a long-term change, right? So that we don't change it in the short term, right? So I hope that we stay. I want to stay on 5.4 for quite some time if possible. Unless there is really something coming up, you know, that we really need. But I would like to focus on the game and less on the technology, less on the infrastructure, right? Because this one, the week basically that we spent on locomotion is all infrastructure, right? So it's not really helping us in the game. So it's not making the game more fun, right? And even if I think it was very needed, at the same time it's not improving the game for the players at the end. I mean, as a playability, I would say, yeah, it's improving the game for the players, but the playability is not, right? And at the moment we really need playability. I mean, we really need playability. Because the game is not fun enough, right? The problem, I think one of the issues that we always had is that we never stabilize, you know, fully. So we are always changing component, changing things, changing systems, which on one side is fun because we learn new things, right? But on the other is making the actual game development a bit slower. So in a normal team, there would be, you know, people dedicated to the infrastructure and people dedicated to the game mechanics and such, right? So while here I have to divide my time, you know, between the two, which is fun. I mean, I'm doing this for fun at the end, so. What playability means to you? Hey, playability means this graph, pretty much, that we had already since some time. Which is, thank you for the question, because yeah, it's nice to interact with you guys on plane ship stuff. So I think we called it what's next. What's next number 1 was next number 2, right? Yeah, I don't know if you have seen this one, but basically vertically you have areas of the game, right? So you have role play, character customization, progression, exploration, combat. These are areas, right? In the first block, horizontally, you have what we have today. So what is in the game, right? So for example, for exploration, you can say we have 4 cities, you have kilometers of outdoors, we have the caves, we have the dungeons, we have the Death Realm, right? So these are all places you can explore. For combat, you can say we can fight, we can cast spells, we can have abilities, shield block, blah, 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 right? And this is what's next, right? So this block at the bottom is what we can add on top in each of the areas, right? And so to me, playability is pretty much, you know, I mean, not all of this, but some of these areas, right? For example, mini games is the fishing mini game that we added, right? So fishing was really, really basic, right? And now I think is more fun, right? Is more evolved and Dig Dug. Do you remember Dig Dug, Ula? You remember Dig Dug? Dig Dug video game. This one. That is working vertically, huh? That is your working vertically, I know. Okay, so now that we are here, let me check something before because I think I didn't do a lot of changes. I think I did just a few changes, but I want to check them. So another change that we did, I think that in the walk animation, but by the way, the walk animation is not inside the plugin, right? The walk animation is outside. Yeah, exactly. Because it's all retargeted, right? So if I search walk F, exactly it is walk F, right? Where is it? It's under actions, or is under directly? Is under new actions? No. It's directly under here, under good skeleton. Yeah. It's directly under here. Yeah, then we will have to recreate the structure somehow. So I remember that in this one, right, I changed the footstep because I didn't like the sound. The sound was very annoying. Now I don't hear any sound. Ah, there it is. Footstep cue. Or I reduced the volume, or I don't remember exactly what I did, but I did some, or I changed the actual sounds. But we did something here, right? If I remember right. Maybe I just reduced the volume to 0.2. Yeah, that's kind of possible. That I just reduced the volume because it was annoying. But I remember I did some change in here because the volume was like insane. It was really, really, really annoying. But I believe we've been adding the blue on top, yes. The blue on the bottom, yeah, on top of what we have. The bottom line, yeah. I came across a few playability blocker. I see the orange line. I was wondering if there should be improvement in those areas as well. Let's say there are two things. So there is like a big what's next, right? And the big what next is new things or major improvements. And then there is like a continuous improvement, which is footstep queue. Exactly. You hear how bad this is? Yeah, I just reduced the volume. The graph is exactly identical. I just reduced the volume to 0.2 instead of 1, right? Okay. I mean, that's easy. I mean, that's I remember I did something, I just didn't remember what. But now I see it. So that's an easy one, right? Right? So that's easy. So that we did. So I think we did only these three things, and then I remember that I rotated the shoulders, right, to the back. I don't remember exactly how I did it, but I think I did that. I don't think I did any other big changes. I think the biggest changes are the idle animation in these 4 states, right, with all the animations that they carry. So, which in theory should all work because they are already all retargeted on the same skeleton that we are going to retarget in ALS. So, okay, so I think we can try. I think with that in mind, we can try to do this. We can try to delete completely the plugin, right? Well, before maybe I should close the editors, but we can completely delete the plugin and just copy it from our project here, or we just because I didn't do any changes, right? I didn't do any changes to the new plugin. Well, the only change is the mantle component, like the last one, but that one I have to do anyway inside the editor. So I think we can even unzip it just from the zip file. Just basically this, right? The only difference is that I will not put it under community main, but I will put it in my ALS CPP v4, right? And now a kind of a tough job starts, right? Bonsoir, French dude. Bonsoir, bonsoir. I don't speak French very good, but I can kind of understand French a bit. But yeah, anyway, I mean, we should speak in English, I guess, but... Sonsoir. What do you mean, sonsoir? Ça va bien. Merci. Ça va bien. The problem is that my brain is now rigged in English, so I cannot really speak French because the words do not come out because I'm not using it. I used to speak French in the past, very, very past, but I didn't use it in very long time, and so the words just don't come out. Ah, you meant bonsoir. So there is not a swansoir. There is like a different way of bonsoir. No, there is not. Okay, so now the fun part starts, which is basically reloading the projects, right? Reloading the project, trying to recompile it and see what happens in the recompile, because now we have a completely different plugin, right? Can we just refresh it maybe, or I think it's reloaded automatically, but let's just reload it. Ah no, I need to regenerate the project files. Oh yes, because anyway we will have different files. Okay, so let's take note of that, right? So what we are doing is this. We are upgrading ALS CPP plugin, right? And compile it with generate project file. No, sorry. Let me redo this. Upgrade is less CPP, right? I guess it's PPP. Generate project files, and compile, right? So this will cause some trouble for sure. We will see what happens. Anyway, we have everything saved in Subversion, so we can destroy whatever we want. We can always go back. Very cool to watch in EU5. I studied this as in Switzerland. I had studied this. You studied what? You studied EU5 or you studied plane shift? Because you may not know, but we had people that did I mean not many, but like at least one that I know that did a university thesis on plane shift, which is kind of funny. But yeah, was a former developer of PS. Ah, you're studying EU5 in university. Cool. Nice. Finally, universities are doing something good, I guess. Okay, as you can see, pretty much everything changed, right? Which is normal. And some stuff has been deleted, like character AI has been deleted, right? Has been moved to a separate module, I guess. And this stuff is, yeah, all the AI stuff has been moved. And for sure there is new stuff, right? That was added, right? That we don't have probably in the original. It's a bit strange that this is still here, even if I deleted it. So in reality, it is here. Has been moved under private, or what? Has been moved. ALS CPP private AI. Yeah, we have to analyze the differences because we need to understand what happened, right? Because it was private character AI, and now it's private AI. Okay, AI has just been upgraded one directory, pretty much, right? So fine, it's just been moved up one. We don't care about that because it's and then we have here the two components, right? The mantle component and the debug component. So the two ones that have been added, so which is fine. is fine. So we can add this. You are a certified programmer. Can you tell me the kind of game you're creating? Yeah, we are creating an MMO, which is actually released, so you can play it if you want. Yeah, the website, yes. The game looks like, I don't know, looks like this. Or like this. Even if some of this screen, no, this screenshot is very, very old. It doesn't look like that. Because we have a long legacy. We have a long legacy. Yeah, there is a newer screenshot. The game looks like this pretty much. Right? There is one of the cities that we have in the game. And yeah, what I'm doing, I'm improving the game. And at the moment we are working on merging the upgraded version of the locomotion system for our characters into our main project. And it is not something for the faint of heart, because it's a hard one. But yeah, why this one didn't add? No, he added. Yeah, they're just not refreshing the window. Okay, good. So these are all the new pieces that we have, pretty much, right? And let me just double check the license. It's a long time I don't check the license. Did they do anything stupid on the license? I hope not. It's under meat. Yeah. Yeah, so we can do, it's a meat license, so we can do whatever we want with it. But obviously I checked it already a long time ago, but I just wanted to be sure that also the latest version was the same and no one did anything stupid on it. Okay, so we regenerated the project files. We did some initial check-ins of the new files. We have seen that basically the AI module moved up one directory, nothing big. Other files, the other file seems to be the same, so I don't see nothing has been deleted. I don't know if something has been added, right? We can check, but it seems that the files are pretty much the same, right? Yeah, the files are exactly the same, which is good. I mean, I like that, right? So there's no big trouble. And what we can just try to actually compile it, right? We can just compile it and see. In terms of compilation errors, I don't think we will get any, in the sense that the plugin itself, right, should be compatible. Yeah, I assume the answer is yes. What has to be completely overridden, right, are all the retargeted animations, but for that we know now how to do it. And our main animation blueprint. At the moment, no errors, but it's compiling now. So just for you to understand, I'm taking the ALS new version source code and I'm putting it into my project, right? So this is what we are doing now. There are two pieces of the locomotion system. There is the source code and then there are the blueprints. Okay, there are actually some errors. Okay, yes. Yes, yes, this is expected. Okay. Um, because the new version of the plugin is actually already using the enhanced input, right? Which is the one that we used for the fishing minigame. And our character is not using that yet, right? And so all the override functions, right, that we had in our code now are not existing anymore, right? Or anyway, they've been renamed. I don't know what they have been renamed, but I hope we can still override them, because actually we need our own, we have a bit of our own code here. Actually here we don't do basically anything, right? So this we should just, I think we overridden probably for future usage, but definitely in the jump we have something, because in the jump we have the mount, right? Yeah, as you can see. So I have to understand in the new ALS, inside character, right? Because we are deriving from, so our PS character class is derived from ALS based character. I have to understand where these functions are, if they are still here or not, right? And they may have changed the name slightly, right? And hopefully they're still overridable, because if they're not overridable anymore, you see here, for example, there is okay, so probably I made them overridable. They were not overridable, I made them overridable. Because this ALS based character, okay, let's go and check. ALS based character, right? Probably I added override myself. Diff. So, a lot of changes, but these changes may not be mine, right? These changes may be... This one I kind of remember though. I think there was a problem in the initialization. No? Or was an old... I don't remember. That one I don't remember actually. Setup player input. Yeah, the setup player input is gone. Set stands for set overlay state. Checking a bit the differences, I mean, there are some additional capabilities to force some actions. There is a new set grounded entry state, so there are some differences. They are not insane, right? At least up to now. It seems that they separated the overlay state and the ground state as different variables. Whatever. Just a change of name. Yeah, mantling has been moved to the component, so all of this is gone. And moved to the other class is fine. This is new stuff. These are delegates. Okay. Also, the get player movement input is not there anymore. Mantle system is gone. As movement input is different, it's gone. The system states replicated, playing montage, adjust names, implement BP photograph sphere. I think that is my stuff. If I remember right, I added the ability to draw debugs because I needed it for debug. And so I don't know exactly why I did it on ALS character and I didn't do it in my PS character, right? That's a bit weird actually. I don't remember why I put it here. I should have put it on mine. But this one, let me take a note of it because I think we should. I still want to keep it if possible. So, we want to move this to PS character actually. We want to move this to PS character, I think. I think there is no sense to have it here. Set visible mesh. There is new stuff that I don't think I did. Set acceleration. Now. Yeah, there is some reorganization so now. But what we are searching for the override functions, right? But yeah, there is a lot changed. Okay, here it is, right? Jump action. Jump action. What? Is not in the old. Why? Jump action is not in the old. Maybe it was on ALS character or something. It's a bit strange that it was not there. And I cannot find jump action here. Seems a bit weird. Seems a bit weird. Maybe originally was on PS character. We can compare PS character as well. No. Okay. This is strange. This is strange. It cannot be anywhere else. I mean, unless it doesn't have a header and so it's directly under private, but that would be a good idea, a bad idea, I would say. But let me try. I mean, jump action was there for sure because we see it in our source code. So we were calling, you know. Oh, here it is. Bind action jump pressed with ALS base character jump pressed action. Okay, so it was named slightly different. So it was jump pressed action, right? And now is jump action. Okay, well, I mean, it's pretty much the same. Is it override or not? Doesn't say. Doesn't say it is overrideable. But I think we can just change it to without pressed, right? We can just call them jump action, jump, but this is press and release. Here there is press and release. Now press and release does not exist anymore, right? You only have action, and then inside you have the two states. So this should be an easy change anyway. This for now I will comment it out, and then we will see what to do with the release. Okay. Uh-oh. It requires one parameter. Shit. It's the value. Okay. I see the way they do it now. They do it with a Boolean value. It makes sense. Makes sense. So basically we need to add B value everywhere here. And then we need to add there is also aim action that I don't see in this list, but fine. So yeah, so I can delete this because now I know how they do it. So they do it with this B value, right? But it's good because I override the function directly. Now we will have to see sorry, here we have to split, right? We have to say if B value, I guess, right? And I mean, the only difference basically is identical. The only difference is this, right? The only thing that is changing between this if is this. So maybe we can do the opposite, right? Which is probably cleaner. Yeah, we can probably do the opposite. We can say if B value do that, else do this, right? Because everything else is the same, right? So we don't need this double shit. Yeah, that's definitely a bad thing. So based on the value, we do that. I don't know why we don't do it with the because probably we split the mount. We should do the same on the mount, right? We need to understand it, yeah, but also the mount needs to use the new system, I would say. Yeah. Also the mount needs to use the new system. Why now is not... hides a non-virtual function. Yeah, exactly. This was non-virtual, huh? I think I made it virtual. in the old code. No? Here I made virtual pretty much everything. Yeah, exactly. You see that I made everything virtual. Everything that I override, I made virtual. The problem is that this is on ALS based character, right? So, which is a PT that I have to modify, but we just modify and GG. Basically, all the actions should be virtual. All the actions should be virtual. I think this is a feedback that I can give anyway to the developers of the ALS, because I think it's anyway a good idea. Because he is complaining that this is not virtual, right? So this, I think I will do pretty much all the actions. But these are blueprint. Wait a second. Blueprint native event. So this is not C++. Before it was only C++. Huh? So here something changed, right? Here something changed because these ones were implemented in C++ only, while what we see is that these ones are implemented with blueprint native event, right? I think before doing damages, I want to see how the, I mean, if that is implemented anywhere or not, because if it's fully part of the new enhanced input, we may have some trouble to do this. We may have some trouble to do this. Interesting. Is this searching also in plugins or not? Because it seems to be weird, that we found 0. So is it searching in ALS character BP, right? That's my question. Like if I do on update eld object, on update eld something. Yeah, it's searching everywhere. So this means that jump action is not actually overridden anywhere. So this jump action is not doing anything at the moment. I don't know if this is a leftover or what, right? But it's strange though, because But yeah, I think it may be a leftover. Because for our game, we really need this to be called, right? We need this to be called. And actually, there is an action mapping. But this action mapping seems to be the old way, right? You see that here is empty. So there are no action mappings defined, right, in this project. I see it here because this is my project, right? But if I open up a second, let me do new window. And we search jump action. It's been made a native blueprint native event, so actually yes, this underscore implementation thingy. Can I make virtual an underscore implementation or not? Or is that confusing the whole system? Because I don't want to modify this, but at the same time, I want to have the ability to override that function in my class, right? So basically saying virtual here, right? But if I say virtual here, then do you think that the engine will not complain by saying that jump action? So I don't know what it will call, right? If it will call jump action underscore implementation, right? Because this is what we are saying, right? We are saying that if jump action is declared like this with blueprint native event, right? Then jump action will be the implementation of jump action will be jump action underscore implementation, right? And so what I'm wondering if is in my case after the override is also a jump action implementation. I think the answer should be yes, but we can do this and see what happens. So basically the change to ALS will be only to add the virtual, right, for all the actions, because we need to override them to take into account the fact that you can be on a mount. Ouch. Okay. Blueprint native event function must be non-virtual. That is not nice. That is definitely not nice. That is definitely not nice, because if I cannot do that, then how do I do it? If I understand correctly, you are trying to create a function that can both be overridden in a class blueprint as well as a child C++ class. Yes, correct. It is possible with the blueprint native event specifier and the implementation function. Consider the following declaration. Blueprint callable, blueprint native event, test function implementation. The blueprint native event is what allows the function to be overridden in blueprints, and the implementation is the default code is called an overridden in blueprints. To be able to override this in a child class, you will need to make the implementation function virtual. Bro, we just said that we cannot make this virtual. The implementation function virtual. The implementation function virtual. The implementation. But implementation is not... Sorry, what is the implementation? Implementation is not in the header file. Is the same? So I can make this virtual here. No, I cannot. What? I didn't realize that only the default implementation function needed to be virtual rather than both. No, I understand, but the implementation is not declared, right? No, I am confused. I am confused. I can do it here. I mean, why virtual again? I mean, as long as this is called in my class, I'm fine, but I don't understand who is declaring that this is virtual. That is basically what I'm trying to understand, right? So this guy is not very clear. It's not very clear here when he's saying to be able to override this in your child class, you need to make the implementation function virtual. In your child class, you would have implementation function callable test function. You have to redeclare it as a blueprint native event in your child class. Which is something that, but actually, you know that here it is compiling now. At least for this part, it is compiling. I just don't know if it's getting called, right? But probably not. Probably the answer is no. unless I declare it virtual, right? Because what this guy is saying is that you have to declare jump action also in your child class, right? So what he's doing here is doing this. This is the child class, right? And implements and he calls that like this. And then he's calling this virtual, right? Let me see what happens. What? Override of view function jump action in parent ALS base character can have a U function declaration above it. It will use the same parameters as the original declaration. Huh? Anyway, this is not possible. Maybe hello video normal. Maybe you need to declare the implementation in the parent and make that virtual. In the parent is already there because the parent is this, is base character, right? ALS. In the parent is already here. But you see that this guy is not doing this, right? He's not saying that. So what you are saying is that I explicitly declare here the. So basically what I wanted to do in my class, I do it there, right? So I declare it virtual here, which is the base class. And then in my class, I just say override, right? I don't think I need to say virtual again. And this is not needed. Yeah, the example of this guy is not doing that though, right? Is kind of different. Or anyways confusing the way he wrote it, because he wrote that this should be in your child class, right? It's not correct. Or anyway, it's not the way I managed to have it here. Like this, it seems to. Let me see if it compiles. But I don't know if he's gonna call it. But here we are modifying a base ALS class, which is kind of annoying because it means that we don't work with overrides, right? But we have to do a change in the original class. I mean, it's not a big change, but it still is a change. Yeah, but anyway, it went away, right? The error went away. So I think it may be the way. This may be the way, right? And so I could do the same with sprint action and walk action. I don't know. Here we are a bit in uncharted territory, but we are kind of used to it at this point. I mean, it's nothing new. So we only have the implementation, right? Now there is a bit of complexity behind this, because actually in some cases I was using this client side, but anyway. Let's see, 1 second, what happens. No, wait, let me duplicate it. Let me duplicate it a second, just because I want to keep the original. Sprint walk stance. Sprint walk stance. Yeah, the only problem is that we have the B value now. So it's definitely a bit different. Super walk action. No, I think the super should always call implementation, no? I assume. Stance action implementation. Does not have any parameter. Wait, they are made different. So jump and sprint actually have a B value, right? But stance and walk do not have. So I guess stance and walk do not have. Okay, fine. What? They returned something? No. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. My goal is to cut down on my sugar intake. Good goal, Fanner. You can do it. I believe in you. Just do it. Just do it. What is fucking up here? Sorry, I'm a bit confused. It's fucking up because I still have this in the. Okay. Okay, so now we should not complain anymore. This override, because these do not exist anymore, so I don't know. I think actually here we were not overriding anything, right? So we were just calling the father. So this ones I think we can just delete, because we were not doing anything, right? So let's just delete them. Easy delete. Anyway, we have everything under source control, so whatever change I do here, you know, we can always go back and check and do and undo, and so we are I think I will remove also this now. Now that kind of works. Well, it doesn't work, but at least it compiles. I will remove that. I really like the override at the end and the virtual at the front, right? In the past, it was not required. I think you could override without declaring an override, and then they made it mandatory. And I don't know, I don't remember which C++ version, but I think it's a very good idea. I think the fact that C++ is getting stricter is very nice, because it helps, you know, so much to recognize when something is overridden. I think it's very good. I think before there were probably only warnings, and then it became standard. I mean, required. Okay, there may be stuff, you know, in our character, right? There may be stuff in our code that... Ooh, I remember this one. Ooh, fuck. Yep. So I did a change in ALS to actually slow down the character when he was encumbered, right? When he was carrying too much stuff. And this one was a bit hard-coded, I have to say, because I didn't have a way to do it in my class, because it was impacting a lot in it was impacting a lot. So I think I probably just added a variable inside inside ALS here somewhere. Yeah, exactly. I think all these three functions are mine. You see that they are called PS ALS. At least I tag them, right? At least I tag them. I think I would prefer to tag it even more explicitly, right? Like a plane shift start, plane shift end, because... but yeah, all these three functions are missing. And I think we need all three. This one in particular is very invasive because we have characters that derive from this base class, but they're actually not ALS characters. And so what I did a kind of a fork, right, at a certain point to say, hey, it is or not an ALS character, right? And I put it directly into ALS base character, without thinking too much about the future, right? And that may be a mistake, I don't know, but because now we have to go back and, like, I have also the draw debug spheres, right? But that one I think I can move down. I may have done more than this, right? So because I mean, the last time we touched this class was probably 3 years ago or 4. I mean, it was really at the beginning, right? Beginning of our implementation. So I think I will do a more explicit, right? I think I will do a more explicit thing like that, right? So that is really clear in the code what, because here I see that also dismantle enabled, right, is dismantle enabled. Yeah. This is also something that I added myself. Yeah. Yeah, let me see if I can move... I will keep it here even if it's public, because at least it's in the same block. I think it's a bit easier. Let me see if I can move these debug spheres, because debug spheres really makes no sense that is in ALS. I mean, it's true it is debugging the ALS spheres, right? Well, yeah. I don't know. I can put it here in this plane shift added block. Maybe let me make it even more explicit. Right. Let me make it even more explicit. Because it will happen again, right? Maybe in 2 years we have to upgrade it. I mean, hopefully not, but I don't know. I think the next locomotion we will change to the new Unreal Engine locomotion, but at the moment I'm not ready for it. It will be too much of a change, right? I will have to change basically everything, and I cannot do it. I mean, it will require too much time. But we will probably migrate fully to new Unreal. Yeah. So I think you will see in a second a lot of very ugly stuff. Because I had to force ALS not to use mantle. Oh, fuck. Yeah, exactly. My boys, my boys, my boys. I don't know if there is a better way, but basically you see what I did in every function. I started with this, if is ALS character, right? And is ALS character is a property that I added on top of this, right? Which is somewhere here. Yeah. I want to put it in the same block. I want to put it here in the same block. So is this character using ALS skeleton in animation blueprint, right? Because if it's not, we want to skip pretty much all the ALS functionality. So we have characters that are not ALS, monsters, right? Monsters are not ALS, but they still derive from this class because this class is the father of our PS character, right? And he has to be that way. He has to be that way, otherwise it's even more complex. So now the problem is that these functions I didn't implement, right? Well, this one is very simple, so maybe we can, just for simplicity, we can do this, and we can do it here, okay? So we don't, you know, touch another file, but there is more than that, because it's not just is using ALS animation, but it's also this debug draw spheres. Which at the moment is not even used, but I deleted it. What the hell? Come on. So here there is the call, but there is not the declaration of the function. Oh. So I never implemented this, or I deleted it and I forgot to remove the declaration. Or is a blueprint callable and I do it in a blueprint? Ah, yes, that is probably the thing. I have it blueprint implementable event and I have it blueprint callable, so probably this is implemented in blueprints. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I will leave it there for now. I think is blueprint implementable event, because blueprint callable will search a C++ code here and we don't have it, right? And we don't have it. Okay. So if I compile now, what happens? Ah, the encumber is low. Wait, the encumber. We arrived here because we had this encumber slowdown, right? But this encumber slowdown actually is rigged into an ALS code somewhere. Yeah, exactly here. Assuming that this did exist. Why I cannot compare with this in this function? Doesn't exist anymore? Why? Update character movement. If this doesn't exist anymore, we may have a bit of trouble. Because... ouch. It does not exist anymore. What was that? I don't know, they were all... Okay, so this function does not exist anymore. Maybe it was just renamed, right? But this was the function that was basically deciding the velocity at the end. And this is where I added my code to actually manage the encumbrance. So if you are carrying too much stuff, you will slow down, right? So you will not go at full speed. You will go like 70%, 50%, 20% speed until there is too much and you just stuck, right? And I remember I did this, but how do I... Let me search this text and maybe we are lucky and the actual... nope. Okay. No, there is not in my project. This one is done very differently. Like these functions were not in the old code, right? This functions movement component. ALS character movement component. ALS character movement component. Ah, because they were integrated here. Yep. Yeah, because the movement component is new, huh? There was no movement component, right? Because in fact in our instruction we said add a movement component, right? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. It's only mantle and debug. So the movement component was already there. But then it means that function completely disappeared. So we need to understand where to do it now. But I don't see the movement component here anymore. There is only debug component and mantle component. So it seems that this update dynamic movement setting standalone doesn't exist anymore. Because inside update character movement, right, it exists. This is the new and this is the old. Left is old, right is new. This function actually exists, right? And this part is the same. But then here, you see, he was calling this additional function, use curves for movement. And this is completely gone, right? So it seems that they simplified, right? They simplified significantly this part of the code, just removing these curves. They were probably allowing for more fine-tuning, but it was not needed. Now my problem though is that I still need a way to set my max speed equal to this. So I think I have to copy these two lines. Update dynamic movement settings standalone, because this doesn't exist anymore, right? So there is nothing like this here. It's just setting the gate, and then it's saying, okay, use that speed. Update the character max walk speed to the configured speed based on the current. So it seems that this function that is called set allowed, right, is kind of superseding all of this. It looks like, right? This set allowed. Let me see what this set allowed actually does. I cannot copy this text. Why? Because it was not selected. I don't see much happening here. Well, here, yes. Okay, here it is. Here is the max walk speed, right? Update max walk speed. This set allowed gate, I think it was not in the old code. Let me see. Here we are where though? Here we are inside movement component. Here we are inside movement component. So it's not this class at all. That class we deleted, or no, we didn't delete. Wait, is wait, is under private character, Hey, here guys, we have to do the merge. There is the hard part. I mean, it's not hard, but anyway, it will take a bit of time, right? Because the new version is very different. You know, 2 or 3 years passed, and there's been quite some changes, and plus Unreal Engine change. So it's kind of normal that we have to do, you know. No, this one in the old code was not existing. So it looks like, to me, it looks like this one is our new function that is actually deciding the speed and was properly moved under movement component, which I think it makes sense, by the way. Right? So I don't know if it will work, right? But the idea would be to move here. I just don't understand why we have a server implementation. Is this running only on the client? Because if this is running on the client, it's completely useless, right? I think I have to take a note somewhere to retest the the encumbrance. Encumbrance, yeah. So I will put it here. I will put it inside of this. Now the problem is understanding is locally controlled, right? Is locally controlled, is controlled by a local non-network controller, right? So if it's locally, I mean, I think that this should never actually happen, right? Right. I don't know which part of this code is executed. You know, we can try to put it here and see, because it's updating the walk speed, but anyway, this walk speed is wrong, right? So I don't know, I have to retest that. This is not an easy change, but I will put those two lines, basically this line. Well, actually there's a bit more than that. This line, okay, obviously that function doesn't exist anymore. GG. That function does not exist anymore. Because in theory I should have done this and then I should have set this, right? The problem is that this function current movement setting doesn't exist anymore. Ah no, it's here. Okay, easy. Easy. Is in this class. Now the only problem is that the encumbrance we have it, wait, and set max walk speed is also in this class. Max walk speed. So in theory it should be like this, but actually I see the same line here, so it should just be here. Should just be here or not? Because I don't know if this is, yeah, in theory, I mean, if you look at this, right? If you look at this, you say, okay, this should just go here, right? And that's it. But I don't know if this is working. Yeah, in theory, yes. Huh? But I don't know if this is working only when you are running the client locally, because you know ALS sometimes is thinking local, not always. But the problem is that this variable we have it only on the character. So I don't know if get character owner is actually pointing to The character that owns update component. Okay, so I think it should be this, huh? So basically if we do this, it should get our encumbrance or not? No, because we don't, because this returns just a generic A character. Why we don't have anywhere here our ALS character? Nowhere? That's a bit strange, huh? Character. Character, A character. There is no ALS character in here. Or ALS or ALS base character. Well, ALS base character is included, but is never used. I think it's character owner. I'm pretty sure it's character owner. The only problem is that this character owner is not. Okay, so we have to explicitly cast it, right? To ALS base character. I think we have no other way. I think I have no other way. ALS base character. What? You just imported here. ALS base character? Ah, because it's ALS. Because it's ALS, I guess, yeah. Yeah. So we just do this, and then if that is true, let me put it in another line, which is cleaner. Right, so if that is true, then we multiply, right? Is valid or no? I don't know, we have to retest this because it's not. I mean, I'm not sure that this is our. You cannot equal multiply. Const. What the fuck? Why const? I don't know why they decided that would be const, but okay, this one will probably not work, guys. So I took a note that we have to retest it. It's not the most important feature that we have in the game, so if it breaks, it breaks, right? But will be nice to fix it. I think it's nice that you slow down when you are over encumbered, but it's not something that players may really love, right? So it's fine. So basically that is substituting this piece pretty much. Now the other issue, oh my god, it's midnight 22. Fucking hell, I didn't see the. Okay, I have to go. I'm always getting carried away by what I'm doing, and so I didn't see the time. Okay, tomorrow I will be here because my usual group of friends that I meet on Friday night is not available tomorrow, and so I will be streaming. Okay, so we will see each other tomorrow evening around 9:30 p.m. If I can, I may also stream maybe around 7:30 p.m. I will see. Maybe I will stream a bit earlier, okay? But if not, we will be together 9:30. So we have to finish this work. Basically, we have to finish the migration of all the code into our code and see if it works in plane shift, right? At the moment, we tested everything in a separate project, and which is this simple fake project, right? And now we need to see if everything works in our game, right? And this is what I'm doing. But our game has a number of changes, right, done on the locomotion plugin that we have to remerge. So, okay. Special event tomorrow. Yes. Exactly. Tomorrow we have a special event. Let's go. Okay, see you boys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. See you. Oh, I didn't. Bye bye. See you. Bye. If you want to click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, is always a good idea. Always good. Do it.